What up, peeps? It's your girl, Dr. Come Real Takes. Well, it's that time, I guess it's reaction time. And this is to Gen V. This will be for season 2, episode 1, titled New Year, New You. Now, I can say enough about how much I enjoyed the first season, being introduced to all these different particular characters and a little bit of their backstory over the course of the first season. Before I get into that, definitely want to say rest in peace to Chance Perdomo, knowing that he passed back in 2024. I so enjoyed his character. He played Andre, and definitely integral parts within the story when it came to galvanizing the rest of the students within the group to deal with what they of course eventually found out within their time at God U. Now, we were dealing with, of course, being presented, within that first episode in regards to the character Maria. Um, Also her past, how she thought about her abilities, with what happened to her parents, them trying to shield her, realizing, some of the kids, were injected with certain things that gave them these abilities, and of course not having a good, relationship with her sister, which has been, kind of severed in regards to that instances and all that, out of her control. I love how we got introduced to Emma, realizing what kind of parents she had for her mother. It's just, oh my God, could not stand her mother. There were other characters that I enjoyed, of course, meeting Sam and what was going on with him, how he's been utilizing, just separately from everybody else. And at the helm of all this, foolery, and, certain things being the torture sessions and certain things like that was a woman named Shetty. Didn't particularly care for her, but there was also she had her own reasons and purpose as to why she was doing what she was doing, and that became very well known towards the end of the season. Also dealing with Professor Brinker, played by Clancy Brown. I was bummed when he didn't last on there for the full season, but his part was definitely integral. And seeing, of course, we got a couple flashbacks with him, being involved with certain things, of course, with other characters. I want to say the character Luke, played by Patrick Schwarzenegger. Also, one I really did enjoy was the character I want to say is a Jordan Lee. I love how it's played by two different people. That was very interesting and all that, of course, in that and seeing how that individual dealt with their parents, one being more understanding, the other one not so much. And, another one is Kate. Now, realizing, the shift between her and Sam towards the end of the season, but understanding what she went through and how she's presented when they saw flashbacks and all that, bring back into time, seeing what happened to her being, held up for 8 years in this space by her mother and all that, not realizing what she's doing to her mother, instead of her mother trying to be understanding, console her and all that. And this being out of her hands because she was a child, when you see how, this came to be with what happened with her, so just understanding all these precursors, and also even with Andre's character, how his abilities are starting to affect him and all that, how it might have a problem with him moving on in his life and all that, could almost to the point kill him, and his father of course wanting to lay the torch to him and all that, kind of like really involved in his life trying to make sure he would do this and all, and him not really wanting to go along with it. So I like all the different dynamics, I will say. So, and I just really enjoyed it. And there's more to learn, because if you see what happens at the end of the season, how some of them are in this, some sort of padded type of cell, don't know what's going on. We see what happened with Kate when she tried to touch Joy and girlfriend wasn't going for it, lost her arm, her hand more so to speak, but it was just a lot. And then the way Sam treated Emma when she was there for him when nobody was and all that, and understanding. I didn't particularly care for that. I said, yeah, you're very powerful, but Emma, when she's within her powers, can be definitely, detrimental to him. And I look forward to him being humbled by her, because I really was not feeling the way he was talking to her and treating her when they had their moment, alone, and her trying to be there for him, and he just literally cut her off. And then eventually him asking Kate to get rid of his feelings. He didn't want to have no feelings, no nothing, So I know I'm rambled on, but I want to get out of the way because I know we're about to start something new, and I'm curious to see how they're going to start, the first episode, knowing where it's left off at. So with that said, you guys, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I'll say the rest of my thoughts and then you guys.
Wait! It's not ready!
Oh!
Just too good to be true.
Yeah.
Victoria Newman was the victim of a deep state conspiracy hatched by the treasonous Robert Singer and Starlight, who still remains
Oh
at
my
large.
God.
A place to be exactly who you are, extraordinary. So join us this fall and become the hero our world so desperately needs.
Emma. Stay behind me.
Hey, you guys. Where's Andre?
I could already fucking know.
No, what? Where the hell is Andre?
Why don't you read my mind, cunt? Not doing anything, and we're not saying shit.
So then back to the van, is it? Do you need to pee first?
Just say it. I don't care what it says. We're not going back to Elmira.
Great. The world now knows the real roles we played in the Woods tragedy. We liberated our peers from sadistic imprisonment and torture at the hands of Indira Shetty and her vicious human administration.
Where's Marie? She broke out. That's all I know.
That was months ago. Bot hasn't found her yet?
She disappeared. She didn't tell you where she was going, did she?
You're in my head. You know the fucking answer.
Jordan, I'm trying to help.
You're full of shit.
I'm Cipher, your new dean. Look, let's just call it like it is. The previous human administration was full of shit. Because it is high time that humans and race traitors like Starlight learn that what runs through our veins is true Vought blue.
You never saw that Cipher guy at fucking Elmira?
Are you sure you did?
More than once. He was a doctor or something, and now he's the dean? I mean, who the fuck is this guy? How did he die?
Honestly, you're already kind of fragile. Probably best you don't know. Cheat day.
Girl, what are you thinking?
Let's never forget who controls who, all right? Now, if you'll excuse me, my lunch hour is really my only me time.
You're $2 short.
I got it. Oh, you don't have to.
Come on. You need that Brave Maid Pride bar. Fair warning, there's enough fiber in there to cause kidney failure.
EOC. Susan with the IRS. Is there an Annabeth Moreau enrolled there? I'm looking for an Annabeth Moreau. M-O-R. No record of her at all.
Big news today out of Godolphin University. Jordan Lee and Emma Meyer have officially rematriculated after being exonerated by the Godolphin Commission.
Of Indira Shetty. And though it's a blessing to be exonerated after being wrongfully...
Don't belong here. We don't want any trouble. Sure you do. You're going to a fucking rally for a wanted terrorist and child molester, aren't you? Hey, that hurts. Let go.
You need to back off and go home.
Fuck off.
I'm serious. You don't want this to go any further.
Aren't you?
I'm nobody. Hello?
I always told Andre he was made of steel, but he wasn't. He was flesh and blood. He was my flesh and blood. And I'm the one who shoved him into the fucking Vought machine. Leave that school and stay as far the fuck away from Vought as you can, including me.
But you can do something. We can do something.
He was all I had!
You know, maybe I didn't know Andre for that long. But I do know he wouldn't have given up.
The judge was like, what the hell?
Whoa. Dognot? I love your show, man. I'm out, little bitches, for justice.
Okay.
Reporting for duty. Sir!
Hey, you mind not sucking on the beer if you fucking ass?
Oh, man, fuck you.
Oh my god!
Oh god, this bitch.
Listen, I'd love to have you on Just Justine. It's my podcast on Spotify. I mostly talk about fashion. In the summer, I turn pretty. Don't touch me!
Exactly. Don't touch me.
What the hell is wrong with you?
Excuse
What the
me?
hell is wrong with me? Well, you're the one who went crazy and murdered people, and we paid for it, and for what? So you can star in a body swap movie and fuck that cunt?
Why don't we call a truce?
Choose my ass.
Say the past is the past.
Andre, die.
What the fuck are you talking?
Ass Kate.
Oh.
Fuck!
Andre's dead?
Who said that?
What the fuck? Is it because of us? Because of what we did? What? I want to go home.
Doesn't matter. Nothing matters. Feel nothing.
Oh my god, there she goes.
Watch this.
On the sink, girl, you're gonna break the sink. Why'd you stay, girl? Brother comes to help her. Oh, come on, come on! Is that the brother? Yes, it's Starlight!
Hey, Marie. I filmed you beating up those home teamer pricks. You need to be smarter than that. Okay, so Vought has offered your friend some deals, and they'll offer you one. You need to take it, and you need to go back to school. What do you know about Thomas Godolkin?
He was a white dude who founded God U.
Mm-hmm. He spearheaded a research program called Project Odessa, and we think that's the main fucking reason he started the school.
You want me to give myself up to the evil corporation that imprisoned me for months, go back to the school where kids were being tortured. Also, I can go on a wild goose chase to find Odessa. I just want to find my sister. I'm sorry.
You can't stay out of this fight forever.
Ambulance is on the way.
Gotta be.
Hey, Jordan! There he is! See the blood, it's Marie.
Geotech says Weehawken.
Emma, Marie left.
Yeah, and do you see the blood? She's in danger.
Emma, she left. She left us. She left Andre.
I'll do that. I'll go by myself.
Andre's the first person to ever believe in me. He thought I was worthy, and I could help people, and I could be a hero.
Wait.
This girl, she was in the home teamer fight up the street?
Yeah, actually, she was here last night. She bought a bunch of shit. Isn't that her?
Oh, damn, right there.
Marie! Shit. You saw the video. I gotta go.
Yeah, of course.
Hold on. But don't worry about me. Just go back to your sweet little deal at school.
We didn't make a deal.
You're out of Elmira.
You left us. Andre's dead. And he found some metal maintenance pipe. But when he took us, somebody had walled the pipe off with brick. And he couldn't pull it open. His powers weren't strong enough. And I begged him to stop. I begged him. And he stroked the fuck out, and he dropped, and he died.
Damn.
Because he was trying to be you. No, he was trying to be
Damn.
Andre. Oh, Marie, you have to come back to school.
No fucking way.
Marie, please believe me, you are safer back there.
You saw Starlight?
I need your help.
Are you in her?
What is she talking about? You have to tell Vaughn.
Kate.
If they find out you spoke with Starlight and didn't tell them,
Kate.
you don't know what they'll do. I'm sorry.
No, you're not sorry.
It's for your own good.
Bitch. I was about to say.
I need to put pressure on it.
Wait. You can't let her touch you.
Is she gonna die? Oh my God, she gonna die right there? All right, you guys, this episode was good. We're starting off strong. I'm loving how they're choosing to progress this story. We're getting introduced to a new character on this one. Of course, Dean Cipher. Not feeling him. I really want to know what his agenda is. And of course, being that we see what has taken place with the students that were locked up. Of course, I'm trying to break out. Clearly, Marie did. Excuse me for saying Maria. Marie. I will say, not realizing that in the course of, them trying to get out of there, we, of course, lost one. Of course, that's Andre. Again, rest in peace. I like how they eventually explained to us at the end of this episode how that came to be. Because I was wondering if we were going to find out within the first episode or maybe later down the pike, whatever. No, they're kind of like, kind of finagle around it because, some of them, is being, so hard to accept the fact that he's gone and not wanting to discuss it. Now, with that said, of course, you see the beginning when they start showing Dean Cipher talking about, why, he's come on board and, the rhetoric of the humans and, traitors and this. And I'm just like, oh my God, just some of the, the wording and all that just rings pale with what's going on out here. And I'm just like, every now and then I need a chuckle and, they never let me down. Needless to say, seeing how two of the students, of course, Emma and Jordan, have to present, this front by, coming back to the school because at first you're wondering if they're going to take them somewhere else and, keep them locked up again. But come find out they send them back to God U, and they have to say this whole spilled statement, written out and all that. You see how their parents are like, oh, we're so happy you're here and all that, and have to play along with that. But I like to see when you see Emma see Sam with Justine. That bitch, like, ill, like, really? Oh gosh, her come up just, let me just keep climbing, to the top so I can be taken seriously, my little podcast, whatever and all. It was just like, girl, just when she just knocked her down, she so deserved that and then some. I'm glad her real power, she don't have no one at all. She just deserved that and so much more. And the fact he's seeing her, like, really? You left Emma for that? But okay, that's a whole nother conversation on if I really wanted to vent. Needless to say, also when you see Marie out there, trying to keep a low profile, and for a while she is, you also notice that in the instance of that, she also is dealing with a situation where she's trying to locate her sister still. And I like how she is. I really hope in this season we do get presented with her. Of course, she'll be older. We'll get to see her, understand this. And of course, she will be angry. I hope that she realizes when she finally sees her or confronts her or talks to her, what happened to her was out of her control. She did not do that deliberately. She, as much as you, has to deal with the fact that this happened to her parents and it was of her own, from her own body, this situation happened, and it's unfortunate. Her, of course, you see the part when it happens with, was it her mother, and then her father coming, just so sad, just all around. Also Kate, I'll tell you, a tiny bit of me wants to feel for her, but it's like, sweetie, you keep doing things. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm this, and talking about all the, it's best for you to be at the school. It's the best place for you to be, feel protected. Trust me, I know. And in some instances, I want to know why you keep phrasing it like that. I know she knows a lot more. She's been around, kind of walking around, being observant, listening in, being nosy. I know she knows more. When she tried to comfort Dean Phillips and all that, trying this and all that, he grabbed her hand, almost took that hand, she realized it. But I'm like, girl, now we won't know. Hopefully, we might get a flashback or two. You see what happened in the episode, when she clearly was listening with Emma and Jordan when they decided after seeing a video of what Marie did to, watch over that group of kids protesting whatever, especially being that that one guy was really sweet and bought her, that little treat at the little convenience store. He's like, you're saying, he's like, I'm no one. Like, just leave it alone. The less you know, because if they knew you knew or saw her, they would probably torture him or something and all that just for him to give the information. So it's best you just act like this. Now, there is a character, I can't remember his name and all that, but I recognize it from other shows. And here, I might just note him somewhere up in the top with all that. I'm a fan of his work and all that. But knowing that they're sitting, kind of like little, bounty hunters in this instance, like a little dog hunter, I can't remember what his name was, sniffing around all that, getting close to her, and eventually found her. I like the little tussle. You see, in an instance, I'm like, when you see the part of it showing, and I'm like, wait a minute, the powers that we use. I say, is that Starlight? And boy, the excitement for me, because again, I'm here for that because I like how they intertwine Gen V and of course the boys. And we already know what happened at the last finals episode for the last season, what happens with, Starlight getting away and all that. So she has to, they're located, they're trying to find her. So she comes to Marie, of course, helps her out of her bind. She needs her to get back in school, take that moment to get back into school, take the offer, get in there, and then do some digging, some research, because clearly somebody's trying to start some stuff back up. You see, of course, with their little spill to talk about, Victoria Newman and what happened, this and that and other. And I'm just like, oh my God. So I can only imagine what they probably have in store. But I like how Jordan did see Dean Cipher, unbeknownst to him, not realizing she remembers that she came across him, talking to him. I remember some of the actual people watching over the door and all, and making sure she's doing, or probably doing stuff to him. I don't know what kind of torture they were doing, just keeping them locked up, whatever. We might get a couple of some flashbacks of that. That would be interesting. But I like how Starlight told her, she says, can't hop her if you want to fight, hon. And they just got to strategize and figure out how they're going to do that. And that's going to be very interesting to see clearly with the season moving forward. I already feel like, of course, Marie's going to come back. She's going to have to just, find a way to get in there and all that and find a way to do that. But clearly seeing what Kate, did, showing up, following them, saying what she says and almost trying to touch her. It's like, girl. Like, did you really think they were going to let you touch, especially after when you tried to touch Jordan and Marie had to come to the rescue, and then here goes it being reversed. Tried to touch Marie and Jordan, like, don't touch her. The blood, her skull smashed from that, the impact from hitting. And when she was like, Emma, help her, Emma, like, girl, girl. Like, I pulled some strings, you get y'all. It doesn't matter. The damage is done. Andre's gone. You see, you still doing what you doing. You always gonna be about yourself anyway, whatever, to cover your own tail. It is what it is. And then you see how she did what she did again to Sam when he was like, Andre, is that because of us? I don't know if over time it wears off clearly because I figured what happened with Luke, she does what she does and he wears off. He starts seeing things again and she has to keep using her power. So I'm trying to remember from what I saw in season one clearly again, and she stopped it again. But I will say this for my last bit between Sam and it's like, oh no, that's nothing to do with me. It's, do you know, buddy, you take part because you literally just like tried to humble her, talk down her about, her not being a hero. Who said she was trying to be somebody's hero? She was trying to be there for you. You got to know each other. You were together. You were intimate and all that. She wanted you to be okay. You were locked up, being poked and prodded. But here you are treating the way you did and just, literally just discarding her the way you did. So she's like, are you for real? I wanted her to smack the crap out of him in that moment. I'm sorry, ain't it for that, but I'm like, he would have so deserved it. But I'm glad she did it to Justine. It's like, girl, sit down somewhere. You're dating somebody who she used to be with and all that, and him, like talking about, I wanted a truce, clean. Boy, get the F out of my face. Like, whatever. And it had her all in her emotions and she became shrunk, but I love how they showed her, doing what she does best and all that, whatever, to kind of, mend some of the pain. And then, of course, coming across that video and them coming into contact with Maria again. So I'm kind of glad about that. So I'm hoping when we see the next episode, it shows them kind of talking her into it and seeing it, telling her how, now they know that she did run into Starlight because they didn't know that part clearly because girlfriend reading her mind. Like, really? But again, always going to do what she needs to do because that's why Cypher's like, find out where Maria is, find out that now she's gone. I don't know. They might be able to help her. I don't know. I keep trying to think the way she was left like there, she'd be unconscious. I don't know they're gonna try to fix her skull. She might, whatever, if they show up, if somebody has some sort of tracker on her to find out where she's at. I have to see if this is the only episode she's in. We'll know, moving with the next episode. So with that said, I had vented a lot, but I had to get it all off my chest because again, this was a good episode starting out the gate for season 2. So with that said, you guys comment below. Let me know what you think. And with that said, we'll see you guys next reaction. You guys take care.